Yo, what's going on, everybody? Here we go again, man. It's your boy Doc G, and I want to talk about the lack of respect that men get in the family nowadays. Let's just put it like this. All right, first of all, I'm gonna speak in general, and then I'm gonna speak about my personal experiences when it comes to this. Men do not get respect in the household in America nowadays in the 21st century. The male figurehead in the household, in the family period, is downplayed so much that it's almost fucking laughable. I'm going to give you a few examples. I'm going to start off with myself. Me, I'm pretty much the patriarchal figure for one half of my family. Because everybody else is either doing their own thing or somewhere else, or you know out bullshitting or whatever. So I'm like the man of the family for the most part on one half of my family. And I've done things for my family that I would never do for anyone else. Like straight up, I'm telling you, man, I swear I've done some sacrifices for my motherfucking family that get overlooked and underappreciated, and it starts really pissing me off. For example, I flew my entire family when I was stationed in Spain. When I lived in Spain, I was like, this is a nice place. I wish my family could fly over here to enjoy this place with me. So guess what? I flew my entire family out to fucking southern Spain to enjoy what I enjoyed. Do you know how much fucking money that costs? I flew my mom, my sister, and my dad out to southern Spain, and I barely got a thank you for it. I spent over four G's, $4,000, $5,000 flying their asses out to Spain so they could have a good time. And do you think they would have done the same for me? Hell no, they wouldn't have done the same for me. As a matter of fact, they've never sacrificed for me in any way, shape, or form. Nobody in my family has sacrificed for me. But that's one sacrifice. I flew my whole entire family out to Spain. They didn't have to pay for shit. I paid for it all. Then, my mom was in debt with the IRS. She was $5,000 in debt with the IRS. And no other man in the family was handling business. My dad is on some bullshit. He stay in the club more than I do. You know? My brother's locked up in jail. So I'm the only man that's in the family that can help her pay her debt off to the IRS. So my mom is working 3 fucking jobs. And I'm tired of seeing my mom work 3 jobs. So guess what I do? I raise up 5,000 of my own dollars and I pay off her whole entire debt to the IRS. I barely got a thank you for that shit. My shitty ass father, who never fucking talks to me for the most part, I fucking gave him a G to get him out of debt. So altogether, that's $6,000 that I fucking bailed my family out for the most part. Barely got a thank you for it. I'm gonna put it like this. In my family, Men are downplayed so much that it's fucked up, man. For example, if a girl in the family does something special, like graduate from high school or graduate from college, guess what? The whole entire family is going to be there. But guess what? When I graduated from high school, guess what? Nobody was there. Nobody gave a fuck. Because I'm one of the men in the family. So if you're a male in the family, it's like, who gives a fuck? But all the females, the whole entire family goes out to their graduations. Guess what else? I went to Iraq twice. I almost lost my life in Iraq twice. Was anybody in my family there to greet me when I fucking came back from Iraq? Even though I put my fucking life on the line twice? Was anybody in my family there to give a fuck about me? No. Because, they don't respect the men in the family. A girl can have the slightest thing happening and the whole family is there. But something happens with a man or the man in the family, which is me, nobody gives a fuck. So nobody was at my high school graduation. Nobody was there at my college graduation when I got my associate's degree. Nobody was there when I came off of deployment twice. And on top of that, I barely even get phone calls from my family, from certain people in my family. The only time people in my family want to call me is when they fucking need something. Especially physical labor. Oh, I need you to fucking paint the house. Or I need you to help me move into an apartment. Or I need you to cut the grass. Or I need you to chop down a tree. I hate to say it, but a lot of people in my family are pieces of fucking shit. But then again, that's how it is. Nobody cares about the male figure in the family unless they need something. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm telling you, and this has been ingrained in the American psyche, that the fucking male figurehead of the family ain't shit. No matter how much he sacrifices. They take that shit for granted. Like he's supposed to do that. All this sacrificing I've done for my family, and guess what? They haven't fucking sacrificed for my ass once. When I was at the lowest point of my fucking life, when I got out the military and when I didn't have a dime to my name, everybody had some bullshit to say. Instead of having family members encouraging me and helping me transition from military to civilian life, all I was getting was my dad saying bullshit like, well, you should have stayed in the military. Even though I could have fucking died on a third deployment to Iraq, so that means he don't give a fuck. I'm getting fucking yelled at by my mom and sister about stupid shit. I mean, nobody gives a fuck about the male in the family. Straight up. But like I said, if I get some money, or if they need some physical labor, guess who the first motherfucker they're gonna call? Me. Like I said, none of them fucking sacrifice for my ass. And none of them ever will. Because they selfish pieces of shit. And let me tell you something else. On one side of my family, it's like 98% females. So it's like when I go down there to visit that side of the family, 99% of the time, they're in a big circle talking about how men ain't shit. Every time I go down there, it's like that. I'm talking about, I got like 1 million aunties, 1 million female cousins, and they all talking about how men ain't shit. And I gotta sit down here and there and listen to that shit. 24/7 they talking about how men ain't shit. This is my family now, If they're talking about, oh, these niggas ain't shit, and, well, you know, they don't do nothing for me, and oh, I don't know when the fuck he gonna do this, and blah, blah, blah. Like I said, the male figurehead of the family isn't respected. Because if the male figurehead, if the males in the family were respected, they wouldn't even be talking like that. And guess what? I'm not the only male. You got, like, hell, you got younger males in the family who have to grow up listening to this shit. And that's damaging them mentally. I tell you, man, sometimes I think it's like sometimes your family can be your worst enemy. Your family can hold you back from a lot of shit. I'm telling you, man. You know, it's crazy. Cause like I said, nobody helps me pay my bills. Nobody helps me with shit. But yet my family always wants to talk shit about me, talking about, oh, well, you need to get married. Oh, well, you need to have kids. Oh, well, you need to have this type of job. Oh, well, you need to do this. Oh, well, you need to do that. Everybody got a fucking opinion on me and how I handle my business. But yet none of them motherfucking helped me out when I needed it. You know, it's shit like this that sometimes it just makes me want to say fuck it and just not even consider what the family is thinking and just fucking move to another country or something, man. Just to get the fuck away from them, man. Because my family, they say shit like, you better not bring no white girl home. If she ain't black, you better not bring her home. Well, you need to fucking, you need to fucking have at least 3 kids, and you need to stick to this type of religion. I'm like, who the fuck are y'all to tell me how to live my fucking life? You know what I'm saying? And then, let me also say something else. I got an uncle on another side of the family. And this motherfucker is a true role model, man. He took care of all his kids. He fucking helped out his kids even when they were adults. He motherfucking takes care of the whole family for the most part. He's the only male in the family who I can look up to for the most part. You know? And guess what? Nobody respects him. Nobody gives a fuck about him and the fucking sacrifices he made. You know? When I say he sacrificed for everybody in the family, he sacrificed for everybody in the family. And nobody ever thanked him, man. I'm the only one that ever gave him props, man. I'm like, look, man, thank you for thank you for holding down the family and being one of the only men in the family that's worth a damn. I appreciate that. You know, like I said, it's because of you. You are my fucking example. You are my fucking role model. I'm the only one that's ever really given him that type of respect. Everybody else takes him for granted. All I gotta say is, people just need to start respecting the male figureheads of the family a little bit more. You look at the media downplays the man in the family all the fucking time, man. Yeah, I know I said this in another video, but you look at most fucking TV shows, you look at the father in the family, and he's like a fucking blithering idiot. Look at most TV shows. Turn to a TV show that's on right now, and I bet you'll see a fucking TV show with the father acting like a dumbass. The only fucking TV show where that's really not the case is The Cosby Show. And that's old as fuck. Well, I'm sorry. I just had to get that off my chest. Maybe family isn't the best thing for you sometimes. Sometimes you might just have to step out on your own. Especially seeing how much disrespect and how much neglect that I've received from my own family. You know, Just start respecting the men in the family just a little bit more. Because the last time I checked, the hierarchy was God, man, woman, and child. Anybody who believes in God believes in that structure. And I don't know why the fuck people are neglecting that structure so much nowadays. That's all I got to say, man. Doc G out. Peace.